Good day. Good day. Good day. Good day, everybody. I got my producer with me today. He rescues me today because there's a lot going on up in the Noble's household today. But here we are. Welcome. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rev Melissa. It is wonderful to be with you all today. Let me turn on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on all the things. And we're on New Thought Media Network. I am Rev Melissa. I use the technology of spiritual psychology, spiritual practices, and universal principles to companion people in disrupting limiting patterns of thinking, believing, behaving by prioritizing their mind and their heart to reveal the healing from within to transform their lives. This is my ministry of joy where I support people in living life in joy, connected to their yes. I am an ordained interfaith minister, a licensed religious science practitioner, a spiritual life coach, and the spiritual director, senior minister at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living, a New Thought Center in New York. So if you need support, you can reach out to me. Contact me on my social media. The information is scrolling on the bottom. I am Rev Melissa on Facebook and on Instagram. All right, y'all. All right. I'm feeling good today. Yes, I am. It's good to see you. Garrett from South Africa, welcome back. Good to see you. Good to see you, Miss Bliss. Good day, good day, good day. I hope everyone is doing well. Sekou is in the background. He's going to be joining us a little later. We're doing one of our classic pop-ups at the end, right? Woo! I'm excited about that. So, how you're doing? How are you all doing today? I want to put up our series. Our series is thinking. We are in our thinking series. So, how are you doing with your thinking? Are you more conscious and aware of your thoughts, Fee? Thank you, girl. Looking good. I like that dress on top. Thank you. It's a dress. It's one of my favorites. Good day, Shay. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're fantastic. Yes, everyone's doing good. Fee's inviting some of her friends. I appreciate that, Fee. All right, so thinking, thinking. And this is what we're practicing for the rest of August, at least. Being more aware and conscious of our thinking and where we are creating our thoughts from. Okay? So, definition: to have a conscious mind, to some extent of reasoning. I love that definition. Some extent of reasoning, because y'all know sometimes our thinking is lacking some reasoning, and making rational decisions. Sometimes our thinking is a little irrational also. The origins of the word, the Latin origin of thinking is to know. And the Middle English origins of the word thinking is to seem. And I think it's more, our surface thinking is more like a to seem, and our deeper thinking from a higher level of consciousness is more about the knowingness. Yes? So yesterday I shared some words from Ernest Holmes. And what I just want to repeat from yesterday is what he says in the Science of Mind text: to learn how to think is to learn how to live. So the quality of your living is directly tied to the quality of your thinking, your feeling, your doing, and your beingness. It's all connected. Thought somebody was trying to get my attention. We got lots of people in the household today, y'all. All right. So the question is, are you thinking correctly, rightly, and intelligently? And so be clear, intelligence in this context has nothing to do with your level of intelligence or being smart. It has to do with using the intelligence with a capital I, right? The intelligence, the universe, the divine, God, connecting to that level of intelligence in your thinking. Okay. And we're going to get more into that. And we're just practicing. We're practicing thinking from a knowingness of who we are. I'm getting blown kisses now, y'all. I'll see you later. So we're thinking from a knowingness of who we are, right? So imagine you're having a thought about yourself and it's not such a grand thought. What if you paused, took a breath, right? And said to yourself, wait a minute, who am I? Who am I? From the depths of your soul, the depths of your heart, who am I? And then think from that place. So if I have a thought that uh I'm a failure, I can never do anything right, nothing ever works out for me, right? That's a very, very low level of intelligence thinking, right? But if I pause and I say to myself, wait, but who am I? How does God see me? God sees me as love. God sees me as whole. God sees me as itself. And then think from that place. That's what we get to practice. So we would transform I'm a failure to I am divine, to everything always works for my highest good, to I know that this is for me, right? We get to shift our consciousness. And that gets reflected in the quality of our thinking. Some of us have a very low grade quality of thinking. Think about it like gasoline, right? When you go to the pump, right? There's different levels of quality of gas, right? And so what I'm proposing is that your thinking what you're using for your thinking, the quality of your thinking is premium, not the what's the lowest level? I don't know what the lowest level. 87, I think it's the lowest. We're not talking about 87 thinking. We're talking about premium thinking. All right. So I want to share today a little bit from Eckhart Tolle's Stillness Speaks. I love this little book. It's not as popular as his other one, The Power of Now, but this is a gem. So I want to share a little bit from this. He writes, the stream of thinking has enormous momentum that can easily drag you along with it. Every thought pretends that it matters so much. It wants to draw your attention in completely. Here is a new spiritual practice for you. Don't take your thoughts too seriously. Don't take your thoughts too seriously. Don't believe everything you think, right? But I love this. I underline every thought pretends that it matters so much. Who can relate to that? Oh my goodness. Just these fleeting thoughts. And then we attach so much meaning to it. But let's stop doing that because not every thought is meaningful. Not every thought is meaningful. And that thought, that negative thought, that thought that you're not worthy, that you're not lovable, that you're not enough, that you're not safe, that you're alone in the world, that you're separate and apart from the creator, following that thought and allowing that thought to drag you. Is that the word he used? It wants to draw your attention in completely. I'm going to say it wants to drag you. It wants to drag your life down. And before you know it, you're not feeling so good about life, about yourself, about your circumstances. And you think that that's it, that this is just it. This is just the way it is. But it's not. It's not. So it may seem that way, right? That origins of the word thinking to seem, but we're transforming. We're going deeper than the seem. We're going to the knowingness. We're going to what we know as the truth with a capital T. Eckhart Tolle also talks about the dimension of our consciousness. I just want to read that real quick. He says, "In you, as in each human being, there is a dimension of consciousness far deeper than thought. It is the very essence of who you are. We may call it a presence, awareness, the unconditioned consciousness. In the ancient teachings, it is the Christ within or your Buddha nature." That's where we're thinking from, y'all. That's where we're thinking from. Yes, Fee, I see you, girl. She's saying I could totally relate. I'm not going to let my thoughts drag me down. That's right. That's right, Fee. Yes. Good day, mommy. Saying my mother saying my whole government name. Good day, mommy. So this is what we get to do. This is what we get to practice. Our thinking can take us on a journey, right? It takes us on a journey every day. What's your first thought in the morning? Is it uplifting or is it dragging you down? You don't have to keep going if it's dragging you down. You have the power within you to shift that, to shift it. It's simple and it might not feel so easy, but it is simple with practice. Like everything else that is really important and that we commit to. With practice, we get better and better. We catch those dragging down thoughts quicker and quicker. We take a pause and we transform it to the knowing of who and whose we are. So we're going to journey to another dimension in consciousness. Christ consciousness, cosmic consciousness, Buddha nature, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it love consciousness or joy consciousness. So when I'm in that space of funkiness, I'm going to tap into that joy consciousness, that love consciousness, and have that do my thinking for me. Yes. Can you imagine? Allowing love to do the thinking for you, because that's what's happening when we are aware, when we have an awareness of who we are. This is the practice. This is what we get to do. This is our recipe for our thinking, right? A big old cup of love, a big old cup of love, a big old cup of joy. Whatever your quality is for 2023, put a big old cup of that in the recipe for your thinking. And when you become aware that your thoughts is not in alignment with that quality, stop. Stop. Sometimes I say to myself out loud, girl, stop. Where you going with this? Oh, no, we're not going over there again. We just stop. Minister to ourselves and think another thought with that feeling tone that matches this new thought, this higher consciousness. Because it has to align. And it might take you a minute to tap into the feeling. That might take a minute. But with practice, it happens quicker and quicker and quicker. I promise you it does. I promise you it does. I see you, Shay. I find acknowledging the emotions under the negative thinking and healing them is necessary for healing and transforming those thoughts. Absolutely. It's all connected. There is no disconnect between the thinking and our feeling. It's connected. Thank you, Shay, for that. Fee, I see you. Absolutely uplifting is what occurs throughout. I do, however, recognize when I get to shift. Good stuff. Yes, and better and better. Yes, yes, yes. I see you, Bonnie. What would Jesus do, even if I'm Jewish? Well, that is that Christ consciousness, right? Thinking from the depths, the dimension. I love that word dimension. That dimension of Christ consciousness, of love consciousness, of Buddha consciousness, of Allah consciousness. Whatever it is for you, you get to choose it and you get to use it. All right, y'all. All right. So, all right. I'll let Fee have the last word before we move on to some joy news and pop in with Sekou. Fee said, I believe you. I'm a living, walking testimony that with practice makes it better. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm a living testimony of that too, Fee. It's all about the practice. Oh, Bonnie Love, girl. I'm going to send you a virtual hug of Rev Melissa's consciousness. That's very sweet. Fatima, I see you. Don't you love the knowingness that you have once you have become aware that you can grab hold, stop, and shift? Yes, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about that level of power, that level of power that we get to use, that we generate within ourselves. Yeah, just like that premium gas. All right, y'all, I'm going to get going again. So let me shift to some joy news. Let's shift to some joy news because we're going to be with thinking for the rest of August. Okay. This is where we're going to be for the rest of August. And everyone is practicing. If you choose to, it's up to you. It's up to you. Choose the quality of your thinking. When you become aware that it's low grade, take a sacred pause, take a breath. Ask love, who are you? Who am I? And then let love support you in generating that next thought. Use the power. All right, y'all. Let's get into some joy news. Let's get into some joy news. And I just want to start right with Sekou. How about that? So when Sekou's ready, he can just pop on because I want to talk about the next thing that Sekou is doing that is just dynamic. Hey, Sekou. Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Put my
Say hi to P King
ears
too.
on so I can hear
Say hi to
you.
P King too. Yes, P
Hold on,
King.
Sekou.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Excuse me. Excuse me. For this flight? For this flight? Okay.
You're getting on? Sekou's at the
Yeah.
airport,
Yeah.
y'all.
So yeah, we're getting on. We're on our way to Omaha. We're. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to Omaha, where Fee's from, to go to a wedding. Yeah. So that's it. What am I supposed to talk about? I'm supposed to talk about the
Your
what?
success, the steps to success, the steps of
Oh,
success.
successful success. Yes, successful success. The deadline is not this coming Friday, but the Friday after that. So get your
Okay.
money in. Get your money in. Get your money in, people, and let's give. Let's give. Let's give. Yes.
So this
So
is, are you able to say what it is, Sekou?
yeah. So this is Steps of Success 5K, and these are the five fundraisers. I'm one of the five, and And what we're doing is each of us is contributing all up into our $25,000. See, I'm on the move. I'm on the move.
So the bottom line is
Okay.
we are
No,
supporting Sekou in
yeah.
meeting this
Come
goal.
on, come on, come on.
So
See, I got the bourbon passes.
Sekou has to
Yeah,
go. But we'll be
yeah.
talking
Not
about
quite
this
yet.
again. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yes. So you want to give to run sign up dot slash sacred right. Wait, runsignup.com/sacred right.
I'll put that up.
You give, and yes, run sign. Yes, thank you. And so give because we know I have developed a reputation now. I have a reputation now for over delivering on charity functions. So this is when I expect to blow this out the water. The goal is 1,000. I expect to go do way more than that. Way more than that. Cause I got to do it now. I got to do it.
Hey, P King.
Hey, King. Hey, hey. Yeah. She can't hear you, but she said, "Hey."
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
that's the mission, y'all. Congregation of Joy. We are activated to support Sekou in raising at least $1,000 for Steps of Success 5K. It's a charity raising money. Sekou will be talking about this on his show. We're talking about it here. Sekou, I'm going to
Yeah, I did.
remove you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
That's me.
And Sekou will talk about it on his show Monday through Friday, the Be Your Own Hero show. And Sekou will pop on again so that we can talk about it some more. Who the money is being raised for, the charity the money is being raised for. But just know now that you're able to give now by going to runsignup.com/Sekou Writes. So if you're on Instagram, you didn't see that interaction. That was Sekou Writes. Go to runsignup.com/Sekou Writes, and all the information is there. We're supporting him in raising funds for charity, which he has been doing for years. And we believe in that hero life, high emotion, high energy radiates overflow. So please give today what feels good because the energy in which you give is what's really important, not the amount, but the energy that you give from is important. So let's generate and let's multiply the abundance that we are. Yes? All right. All right. So, what else is going on? What else is going on? So, we're talking about thinking, and I will be teaching a new class in September called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. I'm facilitating it. It starts September 21st through October 19th, Thursday, 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's going to be a dynamic class, and it's not just about changing your thinking. It's also about the equivalence of your mental and your feeling tone. So I say that we're going to utilize the science of mind and spirit, the vibration of thinking and feeling, and the practice of doing and being. We're going to experiment and experience the power behind things are thick thoughts, and feeling follows form, or form follows feeling. Form follows feeling. And that transforms your life. So if you tired of living the same life day after day after day, come on now. It's time to transform it. You can register by going to rocklandcsl.org. Click on class, and all of the information is there. rocklandcsl.org. Also, rocklandcsl.org is where I am the spiritual director, senior minister. And this Sunday, we will be wrapping up our August theme, which is my passion, my purpose. That's my daughter in the graphic there. You can join us in service virtually by going to rocklandcsl.org, click on Sunday service. The Zoom link is there. Or you can join us by Facebook. We stream live on Facebook. Also on Sunday, I do the other sip, which I call Sunday in Praise, which I share a replay of an inspirational talk. It's usually one of my sermons. So check that out. There's so much that I'm offering to support you and staying lifted up, staying in that high vibration. Yes, whenever you need it. So the best way to connect with the replays is by going to my YouTube channel, iamrevmelissa.com. While you're there, subscribe, like, share it with folks. Let's spread the joy news. Our next meditation with the moon is happening on August 30th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We do a full-blown spiritual practice and we meditate with the moon. We talk to the moon. We get information from the moon. We get some thoughts from the moon. It's a wonderful experience. So join me August 30th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right where you're watching me now. All right. I think that is all the joy news that I had to share today. Remember, we are practicing our thinking, the quality of our thinking, and the dimension of our thinking. Are you doing low grade thinking or are you at optimum levels, right? Premium thinking. Where are you with your thinking? I see you today, Queen Mother Melissa. I appreciate that. My phone is ringing. I appreciate that, Tunde. It's good to see you on Instagram. It's good to see you on Instagram today. So that's it. We will continue this tomorrow. Something's happening on Instagram. We'll continue this tomorrow, but we're practicing now. We're practicing every single day. Our thinking, our thinking, thinking from the knowingness of who and whose you are. What would love think? What would joy think? What would abundance think when you're thinking about you don't have no money or lacking limitation? What would abundance think? And think those abundant thoughts. All right? All right, y'all. All right. So shout outs to Sekou. Yes, Shay. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a wonderful today. Remember, peace and blessings, peace and justice. We're living life in joy. Yes, we are. Yes, we are, because we are connected to our yes.